Looks like 1 minute, 2, 3, you're on.
Okay. Hi everybody, it's Julia Sansevere. Good evening. It's Wednesday, August 30th. Thank you for joining me on Facebook Live for the Martin County Difference. And we'll be going on the radio on 1450 AM soon, and also on their internet in 30 seconds, WSTUTV.com. And it's been quite an eventful week. I know we all know what's going on out there in Texas and Louisiana, so we'll be talking about that. But tonight's show is going to start out with CareBag, and when we go on the radio, I'm going to talk a little bit about Hurricane Harvey and the situation there and ways we can all make a difference. So.
Of WSTU Digital.
Sorry, I'm going to be quiet now while the
is
intro
expressed by
starts.
those of the program hosts and
Tell all
guests.
your friends to join.
WSTU
Thanks.
does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time now for the Martin County Difference with your host, dancing realtor Julie.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Martin County Difference, coming to you live from beautiful downtown Stuart, Florida. I'm Julia Sansevere, your host, and yes, I'm a realtor at Coldwell Banker here in the Treasure Coast, and as the lady says, your dancing realtor, because I was a part of Dancing with the Martin Stars last year, which is a great event here in the Treasure Coast to help raise money to have healthy babies for Healthy Start Coalition, and I'll touch on that a little bit. But also, I can dance you to the closing table, and I do a little bit of real estate update news here. But tonight, probably we're going to just talk about how we are going to be able to help make a difference in Texas and Louisiana due to Hurricane Harvey. And also, CareBag is my guest for the show. But before I bring them out, I just want to let you know, this is a radio talk show with a heart. It started out that way. We're going to keep going that way. We're speaking with people in the community who are making a difference in the world, and we're spreading positivity, and we certainly need some now. Oh my goodness. So before I bring Roxy Brown out, she's the CEO and founder of CareBag, and her project manager is Trina Coppin. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what's been going on in my world. I know we all have our worlds, but first of all, my heart goes out to everyone in Texas, and now eventually going to be Louisiana, who's suffering through the flood waters left over from Hurricane Harvey. Now a tropical storm, but one of the biggest rain events, the biggest rain event we've ever had in this country. And I want to thank you out there listening for your prayers, because I am from Houston. It's my hometown, and it's where my family lives. Most all of my family and many of my friends that I grew up with are still there. And they've been deeply affected by this. I've also can say that my family is blessed that they have been able to stay in their homes and have remained dry, and most of the time the power stayed on. But this is a crazy storm with amazing statistics of biblical proportions. I'm saying I think we need 10,000 Noah's Arks. I got pictures from my sister off the TV of the Weather Channel there, the local news station. There are 8-lane highways and these 2 little creek-sized bayous, normally creek-sized, that just were turned into raging rivers. One cousin of mine did have water in his house all over Houston. It's pretty flat. You know by now, you've been listening to the news. A lot of concrete, and there's just nowhere for the water to go. I really want to say thank you to all the first responders and every single person who is helping people survive this. There are no words to say enough the gratitude of your pulling together, and there are going to be a lot of ways we can help from afar, and I'm going to go into those. But as a realtor, I cannot even believe the feeling involved with losing your home, because I help people get a home. It's a happy occasion, and it's a loss on many levels. You've got the physical loss of the home, the psychological loss, the mental, the emotional stress. It's your nest. It's where you've raised your children and, fought, loved, had parties. I just can't imagine losing everything all at once, and a lot of people are going through that, and so my heart goes out to them. We're going to be on a long road to recovery. The sun came out a little bit today in Houston. I've been in touch with my family every day. We have a round robin of, group text. How are you today? And so, you know, we had sayings to start with, you know, turn around, don't drown. Well, now it's don't loot, we shoot. In Texas, they're serious.
Right.
And a great saying and popular is, if I'll see you tomorrow if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise. And Johnny Cash recorded that in 1958. And certainly the creek is in danger of rising again. My sister sent me the weather report this afternoon from Houston that Buffalo Bayou does look like it's going to be cresting again higher. My niece was able to drive out today and make some deliveries to churches. She's gathering supplies. She's taking diapers and baby wipes, blankets, paper towels, and some of her 2 little boys, Andrew and William. Hi, Andrew. Hi, William. Some of their clothing and toys and things that they don't need anymore, and dropping them off at churches. And she sent me a photo of Buffalo Bayou cresting, and they're in the memorial area. So it's really going up still, because there's nowhere for the water to go. So I say God bless Texas.
Yeah.
And somebody's messing with Texas. We always said don't mess with Texas. But I know that we'll get through this. The spirit of the American people is showing and shining through. But prayers and major help is needed, and I know that people are sending help. There are many, many ways that are being taken care of. Even locally here, I heard on the news, Harborside Place in Jupiter, tonight from 6 to 9 is having a fundraiser with music and you know, raffles and everything. And anything that is raised, if up to $10,000, Harborside will match that. Tomorrow, ABC is having an all-day fundraiser, but you can start now, and you can call 855-999-GIVE, or go to the ABC website, and it's redcross.org/ABC. So in conjunction with Red Cross, they're having that. Disaster.gov. Team Rubicon. I just found out about them. They're awesome. A friend of mine, Ann Kissel Elliott, lives here in Palm City. She told me about Team Rubicon. My Realtor Association of Martin County and my Florida Realtors of the state of Florida are really pulling together and doing something phenomenal. Physical, literal help going to other people from our Realtor Association to other Realtor Associations in Texas and Louisiana, because and Florida too, because the southwest coast of Florida is being affected by this storm. We're calling them Totes of Hope, and they are going to be 1-gallon Ziploc bags filled with toiletry items that you would purchase. And I'm going to post this list on my page on the Martin County Difference. And the deadline is Thursday. It's tomorrow, because we need to get the pickup done on Friday so that get the items to Orlando for shipment and distribution to Texas and Florida and Louisiana, obviously. But you can drop off at the Realtor Association in Martin County at 43 Southwest Monterey. It's at the intersection of Monterey and Canner Highway. And that's a great, I think, effort to do physical things. You know, people need everything. They need toothpaste and toothbrush, shaving cream, combs, brushes, you know, pocket tissue, lotion, mouthwash, body wash, bars of soap, flashlights with batteries. So anything you can think of like that, and make them airplane travel size. And a 1-gallon Ziploc bag will be about 2 pounds, and you can drop that off tomorrow between 9 and 5 to the Realtor Association of Martin County at 43 Southwest Monterey. And I just want to say a huge Texas-sized thank you to J.J. Watt. He is a football player with the Houston Texans, and he has set up a website. Well, he's through youcaring.com. He has a location there. Oh my goodness, he set out a goal of $500,000. It quickly climbed to $1, $1.5 million, $2 million. As of today, it was $6 million, and he said, well, heck, let's not stop there. Let's set a goal of $10 million. And I think with all of his friends in the NFL,
right,
all the fans, everyone out there who doesn't even care about football, this is a great place. He's going to make sure the money gets to where it needs to go. So it's $6 million and counting. Go to youcaring.com, or go to JJ Watt's page on Facebook, or look him up on YouTube. It's just amazing what's happening in this country. I love it, the positivity. And so whatever we can do to quiet that noise of negativity and, help the people in need, it's just a better world. And on, the numbers, the sheer numbers, Harvey has just dumped so much rain. I don't know if this has been out there and you've already heard about it, and I did post this on my Facebook page, but Sandy last year was a huge storm that devastated so many, hundreds of thousands. That was only 13 inches of rain. That was 2012, sorry. Do I have the right year? No, wait, I don't know. Okay, so anyway, Sandy was 13 inches. Harvey is 49 inches and climbing. It's over 50 inches now. So this is a stat from like yesterday. They've still had more rain. Allison was in Texas. Oh, these are storms, I guess, in Texas, maybe. Allison was in Texas, and that was 39 inches. Katrina, which did go to Louisiana and hit, that was 16 inches, and that was awful. But it's 9 trillion gallons of rain, and these stats are amazing. That is enough rain that would fill the Great Salt Lake twice, and it would fill the Empire State Building 33,906 times.
Yeah.
That's just unbelievable. Cover New Orleans, 128 feet of water all over New Orleans, and it's 9 days of Mississippi River flow, and it would cover our whole United States, the lower 48, with 0.17 inches of water. I mean, it's just incredible. So we all know Houston's a great city. We took all the poor people from Louisiana who were suffering from Katrina, and now, unfortunately, 12 years later, we're paying them back, unfortunately, with a hurricane. So, and during Rita, which we got in Texas, they asked everyone to evacuate, and it was a nightmare. It was a standstill on the freeways. So I don't blame anybody. They did the best they could. They didn't know how much rain there would be. If they tried to get people out, you can't evacuate 5 million people successfully. But what they're doing now is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Helicopters, boats, people coming from everywhere. Thank you, thank you, thank you for saving Houston. And now move on to Beaumont and Port Arthur. Port Arthur's underwater. But, you know, the saddest thing is the police officer who went out at 4 a.m. the other night.
Yeah.
He died. He drowned.
In an underpass. He
underpass.
didn't realize
He
there was
couldn't
water
tell.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
6 members of a family in a van. They just found the van today. So that's up to about 20 deaths. 30,000 to 40,000 homes lost. 1,700 square miles are now flooded. I mean, when you see these images on TV, it's just incredible.
An area the size of Lake Michigan.
Well, it's the
Wow.
6th Great Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's the state of Texas, and just that area of Texas.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And my husband and I were supposed to go to Texas this coming weekend, Labor Day. Thanks for the flag here. We've got Labor Day all dressed up. Labor Day weekend.
Our favorite hotel, the Omni Hotel.
Our
is
Omni
flooded
Hotel. My
and
sister
dangerous.
sent,
Right
my
on
niece
the
I think
bayou.
sent a picture of that to me. That's at Woodway and at Memorial Drive and
Mhm.
Woodway, and right next to the Buffalo Bayou. It's horrendous. The hotel more than halfway up the front doors is covered.
It's like
in
10
water.
feet of water in the lobby.
10 feet of water in the lobby, and they have a beautiful lake and a pool out in front, and then you could look out the window and look at Buffalo Bayou, and it had a big green dell. Well, that's all a huge murky brown lake.
Wow.
And so I want to, you know, and there was a woman missing, or a person missing there. The airports got closed. We couldn't go. Of course, coming from Florida, we really don't want to go toward a hurricane. We faced them here in Florida, but Texas has had their share. My mom turned 91 in August, so we were going to go for a belated birthday celebration. So we're just going to have to be a little more belated.
Yeah.
And my sister said that the airports were even canceled unless it was humanitarian aid coming in. Like
Right.
they'd started
Limited access.
Right,
yeah.
limited access partially. United canceled our flight, so a little levity is that my niece Catherine was able to get out to the grocery store to HEB, and she went. And she said this is what they were out of: ice cream, chips, pasta, and bread.
Okay.
In the true Texas fashion, carbs and Bluebell. A lot of stress eating. So I don't blame them. But my cousin Braxton, I give you a shout out. He's in Cypress, Texas, and he got 29 inches of rain, which is less than in some places, and his carpet needs to be replaced. And that's not bad. But his son and their wife are in Dickinson. That got hit really hard.
Oh.
So I'm sorry for all, and Marlene Katz, my friend in real estate, her daughter and son are both in Houston, and we talked about flood insurance, and now more than ever, you
Yeah.
need to get your flood insurance in order. Well, once we get through this, 20% of the people aren't insured for flood.
Right, because they are located in areas that
Not
they're
designated.
not designated. Their mortgages didn't require.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, rates are probably going to go up.
I'd say our rates across the country. So what I'm saying is this is a national disaster.
Yeah.
That is Texas-sized, and unfortunately for Texas, it hit there. But I want you to do whatever you can and do it where you think best. There are animal shelters. A friend of mine, Jay Keegan, he loves animals. I said, definitely donate to the ASPCA of Houston or any animal shelter you can find. Salvation Army is great. You know, they and tagline it Houston Harvey. They'll take care of it. American Red Cross. These are some of the ones I can think of, but there are many good ones. So whatever you can find to lift a finger and you know, give with your heart.
Right.
So thank you very much, everyone.
I think money's the best thing to send.
At this point, yeah.
Because they can take the money and turn it into whatever it is they need on their
And the
end.
George R. Brown Convention Center, everybody's seen that on TV.
Yeah.
We were there last year, just recently, for the Spam Robotics.
And that's huge.
It's a huge place, and they're double their capacity right now with over 10,000 people.
Wow.
And they just turned away a lot of volunteers, not survivors, but volunteers. They are overwhelmed, which is wonderful with the help. So we need to continue to help in different ways. And I just want to thank my sponsors who lift me up on this show and do what they do best, which is to support this show so I can support all the others out there and shine a light. I want to thank TC Palm Home Inspections, which is owned and operated by Terry and Gary Molka, and Audi Stewart. Devin Carlson is the general manager there. They've been steadfast, loyal supporters of this show. So thank you, and they've done a great job on lifting up the people who come on this show, because without them, you wouldn't know about my friends here who are coming in soon. But TC Palm, I want to give you their connection. You can get in touch with them at 772-678-8133 and check out their website at tcpalmhomeinspections.com. And, you know, boy, a lot of inspections are going to be all about mold soon.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I can't even think about it. You know, it's just awful. But anyway, and cars. I mean, cars are swamped there. So maybe they'll be shipping some Audis over there soon.
Yeah, I think so.
But our Audi Stewart is here on US 1. Hey, Roxy, come on in, and Trina, take a seat. And I'm just finishing up with my sponsors. Devin Carlson is the general manager there, and he oversees the entirety of the dealership operations. And he leads an award-winning team. They're very friendly and knowledgeable, and they are top-ranked. You can go ahead and put your headsets on. And they are top-ranked for customer service satisfaction, so you will not be disappointed. So get in touch with them at 772-214-3900, or go to their website at audistewart.com, or just drop by. They're open every day, Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Sunday. And just next week, I want to give a shout out to Molly's House. They will be here, and the Gomez Cemetery Project. And I want to thank all of you out there in the audience for joining tonight. Please stick around, start tagging, liking, sharing the show, and make sure you share and like the page for CareBag. And that's who my guest is in the studio tonight. Roxy Brown is the CEO and founder. Hi, Roxy.
Hi.
And
Hi,
you can talk to us.
Julie. How are you
Hi.
doing? Julia.
With an A. That's right.
So did you guys work this out? You were in the same yellow colored top?
Isn't that clever?
Yeah. Very nice.
Is your volume down on that?
I'll crank her up a little bit.
No, on the
Oh,
phone.
oh, yeah, he's gotta
Can
turn-
we have this episode again? You have to turn your volume down,
Or turn it off.
or just turn it off.
Yeah.
Let me see. Here we
Whichever
go.
one
We
is
had this
playing
last.
audio.
We
Yeah.
had this last week.
Right, we're learning now.
We're learning.
Yes.
You can. Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So your volume's down, so you can watch.
I still hear it.
Yep. Not me. Somebody's is still on. All right.
Well, you're
I
gonna be
think
talking,
we're-
you're not gonna hear anything.
It's this one.
Yep.
Okay. You're the guilty party. Okay. So I don't know how to turn your audio off. You can hear. Okay. There's the audio. Okay. Good. Roxy fixed it. Okay. So back to the show.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
Yeah, 'cause
okay.
we get a little audio delay.
Yeah, we get a
Seems
little audio delay,
like
so I
that.
knew I could tell it. So Roxy, you are doing incredible things, and I think we talked about it out there. You do have family also in Houston.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
In Houston and in Humber, also
Oh,
North
my-
Texas.
My gosh.
But thank God everyone's okay, so that's the greatest
Good,
thing.
that is the greatest
Yes.
news. And yeah, out of all of this, more people are okay than not okay.
That is
And
correct.
that is to God's
Mhm.
good grace. So I'm grateful for that. But you started an incredible organization here called CareBag. And another thing that I don't want to spoil your surprise, but this ties into what we're talking about tonight, hygiene. People being able to get a fresh water hot shower.
Yes, that is correct.
So go ahead, take it away.
Thank you, first of all, for having us on here. We really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I love the Treasure Coast. I love this community, and that's why it's so dear to my heart. Went walking the dog one day, and he took off, And next thing I knew, I ran into some people in the woods. I heard them scream.
Oh.
And from that's how it started. Going to McDonald's, getting some hamburgers. The next thing, we start with our signature peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And that's what people know us
Yeah,
for.
who doesn't love PB&J's?
That
Right?
is good. Plus, it lasts more than one day,
Yeah.
so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That is what we're known for, and that is what we do. We pack CareBags, and it's peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, water, fruit, different things, and we have different bags that have hygiene items in it. And we go out from the entire Treasure Coast, North Jupiter, all the way to Sebastian.
Right, that's what I asked you that. I was like, man, that's 4 counties?
That is correct.
That's awesome. So that covers a vast territory. And the need is great.
The need is very great.
Yeah.
Very great.
And your big event, you're hoping to raise money for this shower mobile, right?
That shower-mobile, Batmobile. Hygiene is very important.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 3 years. We were under the Treasure Coast Church of God, and we expanded. So January 2017, we became our own independent 501c3.
Oh,
Cool.
wow. Congratulations.
So thank you. And we do the Treasure Coast, the entire Treasure Coast, because they are transient.
Uh-huh.
They move around. If something is wrong, they try to go from one place to another. We have a lot of families that live in cars, so they move around also. And going through the Treasure Coast, we get everyone, and
Oh, that's good.
that is very big. Our big gala that is coming up October the 7th, we really want to focus and let people know what's going on in their area. And you are correct. Our goal is to do a mobile shower unit. Because I'm in close proximity to the homeless individuals and families that are at risk, I have gotten influenza B, I've gotten bronchitis, and I've gotten pneumonia.
Oh, my gosh.
And I realize how
Just from being in the company of
just
people
from
that
being
are sick.
just from being in the company. And what I like to tell
Wow.
people, these are the same people that go to Walmart, Publix,
Right.
CVS, every place each one of us in this room go. So hygiene is very important. And everyone says, why don't they get a job? You need to be clean. You have 7 seconds to make an impression. You can't make an impression with dirty hair, dirty clothes, and dirty fingernails. So if we want them to get a job, let's bring it to the forefront and let them know they need help. We don't have a general shelter here on the Treasure Coast. So most people think we do, but we do not. We have homes,
Right.
transitional homes,
Right.
but not a place they can go. A lot of them sneak into, places like the gyms and different places early in the morning just so they can be clean. A lot of children don't go to school or go to school early so they can go into the gymnasium just to take a shower. So we have close to over 1,700 homeless here on the Treasure Coast. And at least 40% of them do work. The jobs might not last long because of hygiene, but they do work. They want to get back into society.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's marvelous because, the book came out a long time ago, Dress for Success.
Yeah.
And certainly before you put the clothes on, you've got to have a clean
Yeah.
body. And that's a huge thing because you just need that, and it's
Yeah.
for dignity as
Dignity
well.
and hope, that's it.
Yeah.
That's something that we pride ourselves on, and when I talk to people, I let them know a gallon of water we probably use just to brush our teeth and wash our face, and I'm sure some of us use more.
Yeah.
Imagine when you buy a gallon of water and that's to take your bath for the day. You have 25 cents to fill a bottle and you think you can get clean on a gallon of water. That's not gonna cut it.
Yeah.
That doesn't do it, so that's very important.
Well, it's innovative. That's the thing. Nobody's thought of this. It's like you want them to have a place to sleep or, a shelter out of the rain. But just at least to get clean is a huge factor in starting them on that road to
But
back into
It's not even a
society.
factor, that's a basic right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's a basic right. We all wake up and if we have to run out, the first thing we do is we turn the water on, make sure it's just hot enough. I know I do. We hop in and we hop out. We don't give it a second thought.
Yeah.
What about and we know our water bill is paid. We don't give it a second thought. What about if we could not shower? What about if we couldn't get clean?
Right.
We go to our fridge, we open our fridge, we know there's something in there to eat. We don't give it a second thought. And our country's great. And we need to treat the people in our country a little better.
I
And
think
that's what
so.
I think that's what we all should do.
I think that's great. And I think it's starting to come around, especially seeing this effort going on in Texas. Out of
Yeah.
adversity and tragedy comes the silver lining.
The silver lining. It's
Literally
brilliant.
out of the clouds, the
Yeah.
silver lining and the rainbow. My sister sent me a rainbow today. It just got a lump in my throat because they had some sun today, and it's not enough to dry up all the
Yeah.
rain, but she's seeing the rainbow. She's seeing the end of it, you know.
Right.
And it's of course moving on to Port Arthur into Louisiana,
Yeah,
and
no.
Beaumont. So we send our heart and our prayers there. But you know, these people who are going to be at the George R. Brown Convention Center, they're not going to have facilities either
No.
for showers and things like that. And like you say, we take it for granted.
We do.
And so
Well, that's what happened in Katrina. The
Yeah,
people
everything
were,
backed up.
Yes.
people had some real
Right.
serious hygiene problems
Yeah.
with the facilities because they weren't set up for.
Well, you have
that
to
kind
remember,
of-
as someone uses a bathroom, as someone uses a toilet, when it gets flushed, now there is nowhere for it to go. So you have to
Yeah.
think about that.
Right.
There's nowhere for it to go. The land is soaked.
Yeah.
So that's what me and Trina were talking about on our way here. Just the devastation of what's
Yeah.
going on, and your heart bleeds for people.
Oh,
It really does.
It's heartbreaking,
Mhm.
and I you know, they're going to be okay, but it's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be a long,
It's gonna-
long
yes.
road to recovery.
Definitely.
And you know, Houston did get swamped badly with Allison.
Mhm.
I'll never forget it. And that's when they figured out they've got to raise things up and have elevated garages. All of the computers, all of the storage, all of the music and things like that, the instruments, the Jones Hall, the Symphony Hall, everything downtown just got soaked.
Yeah.
So, and there's a picture on my profile page, the Julia Sansevere page, just me. My sister sent me something, and a friend today sent me something, and it's amazing, the comparison photograph of 610, like I call it concrete spaghetti, but standing from afar looking at downtown in the distance, and before the 25th of August on Friday, and after. And it is about, God, it seems like a wall of water, like 15 feet maybe or something. It's incredible
Yeah.
because it's so high, and you can't believe it. And the Omnia Hotel, they're huge oak trees. In the picture, it looks like they're little bushes.
Six. I was looking at I think it's I-10, and
Yes.
while I was sitting there, getting ready to come, it looked like the ocean. The
Yeah.
wall, just I-10 itself, the
Right.
wall, the water on the highway just looked so like it was just rough. And this
Right.
was a highway. So,
Unbelievable. Well, are you from the area originally?
no, I'm from New York.
Oh, Brooklyn in the house. All right.
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York.
That man's from Brooklyn right over there. Richard.
Right.
All right.
Yes, I am.
Okay, when did you get down here?
Well, I took a little detour.
Okay.
I lived in Europe for the last 15 years.
Okay.
And as my dad got sick, I'm a person that believes family first, above all. And I came home. He moved to Florida, so Florida became my home. And I've been here now, next June will make 11 years
Wow.
since I've been here. Yes.
Well, look what you've accomplished in a very short time.
Yeah, I've
That's
been.
amazing. How
yeah.
long has CareBag been going on?
CareBag's been going on for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
okay.
3 years it's been
Good.
going on, and we're very proud of that. We've
Well,
made a lot of stride.
As you should, and you've got great sponsors. You've got
Oh.
people who back you up.
Yes, I do.
I've got my little sponsors.
Right.
You've got your sponsors,
Mhm.
and
Most of your sponsorship comes through the church, right?
Actually, no.
Really?
No.
No, my
You were telling me
sponsor-
today.
Do share.
My
Really good one. Yes,
yeah,
do
my
share.
sponsorship doesn't come from the church. As a 501c3, when you're not with the church, you cannot really get funding or help as a church. And because I do so much in the community, that is the reason why January of this year we decided to go ahead and become a 501c3 independent.
Mhm.
For my gala, for instance, I have Napa Auto Parts.
Okay.
With Wayne. They are one
Yeah,
of my-
Wayne Sloat.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That is my little gem.
Yeah.
Well, not little, he's tall.
Yeah.
He's one of our major sponsors here in Martin County.
Great guy.
So
Big
very
heart. Yeah.
big heart, and I'm really happy
Yeah.
for that. And but Trina, she's our project manager.
Yes,
she has
I wanna
been
bring Trina
dealing.
into this.
She has been dealing with everything for our gala coming up. But we have
Okay.
some good sponsors.
Okay. Tell us more, Trina. Tell us where you're from.
I'm originally from New York as well.
Oh.
From Manhattan, Harlem.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I lived in New York City for many, many years, so
Oh,
let's
that's
hear
it.
from New
Yes,
York.
New High five.
New York, New York. They
There you
named it
go.
twice. It's so nice.
There you go.
So I've been down here for almost 11 years, close
Yeah,
to
okay, you
yes,
too.
as well. I started out in education in schools,
Okay.
and then I just recently, I worked always with nonprofits and volunteer and stuff,
Uh-huh.
but it was always a passion to work with nonprofits, the ones that I feel that are doing something within the community,
Mhm.
helping kids and families. So I just recently branched out and started my company, Branch Connections, LLC.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
In
Good.
Branch Connections, I work as a project manager with the nonprofits, and a purpose of Branch Connections is to bring the nonprofits and resources within the community together
Fantastic.
in order to complete whatever task the nonprofit has that they're working on, whether it's a fundraiser,
Right.
a gala,
Okay.
a mobile shower.
Yeah.
And she is a
So
rock
that's-
star.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
So
She-
helping connect the dots,
Yes.
more or less, and
Mhm.
putting people and facilities and logistics together. That's awesome.
And keeping me in check.
And keeping
Oh,
you in
yeah.
check.
Definitely keeping
Yeah,
Roxy in
she
check.
definitely keeps me in check. Yes, she does. But she's great to work with, and she opens a lot of doors. You can't micromanage. You can't be everywhere at every
Right.
time. I am basically hands-on. I keep a pair of red boots in my car, and if I see someone, I jump out and I help you, because I can tell where the paths are. I can tell where everything is. And growing up in Brooklyn, you see, we have shelters.
Yeah.
We have,
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
we have
sure.
shelters. We have bus stations.
Right.
We have Grand Central Station. We have train stations to keep people out the elements. It breaks my heart from traveling all over the world, and I come back home to my first world country, and people are living in tents. They're living in on sand. They're living in cars because they've lost their home, and the mothers don't want to leave to go to a transitional shelter we may have, because their son who's 16 or their husband cannot join with them. If you're a family, you're not going to leave your husband, you're not going to leave your wife. So therefore they end up living in a car. And it's sad. You know, it's really, really sad. I have nothing wrong with helping anyone anywhere over the world. My parents are immigrants. And
Where did they come from?
my parents are from Jamaica and Cuba.
Oh,
That is correct, yes.
Classic. I love it. Both very friendly countries. We
Yes.
went to Cuba in
Mhm.
February and fell in love with it.
Yes. So
Have you ever been back to Cuba?
yes, we've traveled many times.
Okay.
Yes.
Of course,
From
Jamaica's gorgeous and
Jamaica's
friendly.
fine, lovely. But just to go to, what they call third world countries,
Right.
I see poverty just like I see here.
Yes.
But I don't see people living in tents. I don't see people living under cardboards,
Right.
And to come home and to see that, it hurt. It
Yes.
really, really bothered me. So I decided, instead of talking, I'm a doer.
Mm.
So we get up and we do. I first started buying from McDonald's the hamburgers.
Mm-hmm.
And we started out with 6, then we started out with 8, and we just saw an influx of people. So that's where the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches came from.
I love
And
it.
one of my big supporters from the very beginning was Tanya Lowe State Farm. And then from Tanya Lowe State Farm, it was Coggin Honda, then it's PNC Bank. I'm very, very privileged to know that the Boys and Girls Club, they've come out with us many times, because we are 100% volunteer based. We volunteers is what makes us go. And without them, we can't do this. So I'm very privileged to have people volunteer and come out and really help us with what we do. We're very transparent, and we're just blessed. We have a community that has really reached out. Treasure Coast Hope for the Homeless is run by 5 young girls that collect a lot of clothes. So when I go out, I can help them with help I call them my clients, because
Yeah.
that's who I work for now. I can help those that aren't homeless and those that are at risk with clean underwear. Nothing nicer if you get as clean as you want to get, but you have clean underwear to put on.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, you can have gently used clothes, come on, but
Yeah. And
clean
of course-
underwear is a big must.
Yeah, and didn't our mothers tell us, never leave
Not
home
without,
without a
that's
good
right.
clean pair, don't wear your torn one, you never know when you're
That's
gonna get in an
right.
accident.
That is correct. My mother said the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, one of our listeners, Beth Ann Algie, is a nurse, and she says she knows that without the patients getting a bath daily, infection rates go way up.
Oh, yes.
So, and cleanliness is next to
Godliness,
godliness.
that's
There we
it.
go.
And it brings dignity. As a young
Absolutely.
lady, we have a lot of young people that age out of foster care.
Yeah.
And if they don't have anywhere to go, they hit the streets.
Yeah.
So, as young ladies, as young men, what does that do for you? What does that do for your image, just to
Self-esteem.
self-esteem?
Right.
What does that do?
Absolutely, and I think, we talk about people being, this close to poverty or, you know, this close to like not having emergency cash. You know, these are people who are living on the edge, and, you know, to not even have the available facilities for the one thing, hygiene, you know, that we take, like you said, we take it for granted.
Yeah.
So I think it's marvelous what you're doing.
Oh, thank
and
you.
let's give everybody an idea of how they can find you. You're on Facebook at CareBag.
That's correct.
And your website is carebag.net.
That is correct.
Okay. And you're located, you have a physical location up in Port St. Lucie on Savona?
Yes, on Savona, that is where we bag our bags, that's where we make our sandwiches.
Okay.
Any volunteer wants to come, we use our church facility.
Okay.
And on Thursdays, we actually do a bread drive. Anyone that's in need of bread, we get our bread from Panera. They're one of
Right,
our
I saw
sponsors.
that. That's
We open it
amazing.
to anyone in the community to come and just, you know, get whatever you need. And if there's a greater need and you speak to us, we try and see what we can do.
Yay.
We really do.
Hey, Ann Warner joined us.
Hi,
Hi,
Ann.
Ann. We've got a lot of good people on. She couldn't be here tonight. She's your board member.
Right, she's going to be one of my incoming board members.
Right, and
yes.
she's a friend of mine, and she's a realtor, so I love it that more realtors get involved, because we meet people coming into the community, and I think can make a difference. We all do, hope to, I think.
Yes.
Being the concierge, you know, show people and tell people where's what and stuff like that. So thank you, Ann, for your service. And Kenya Reinhardt says, thank you for serving with compassion and bringing hope to those in their time of need. We know that many of our children need more people like you to show them that they are not forgotten. And Kenya was on the show with the foster kids. She's in that organization. So thank you,
okay.
Kenya.
Thanks, Kenya.
Yeah, and also, and Ann Warner says, yes, we can. You see the comment on it?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
So thanks for the hearts and all that. And Sharon Getz, thank you for joining. Sharon's a friend of ours from NBC. And we're waving
Hey,
at you.
Sharon.
And
Say
Cindy,
hello to
Cindy
Sharon.
Cooper was here last week with Brianna Smiles Foundation. So I love that our audience is built of wonderful people like that who continue to care about our community,
Oh,
and
we
we
have-
all lift each other up.
We have wonderful people in this community, and that's something CareBag, we really pride ourselves on that. We try to we got with Compassion House here in Stewart. We try and get with La Jolla.
Lahia
La
is
Jolla.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so Barbara.
Love and Hope in Action.
Yeah.
They were on the show.
Yes.
And so that's my cry to you out there in the audience. If we've missed somebody, and I know there are others out there, I would love to interview anyone out there doing something wonderful like CareBag and these other organizations, you know, to bring them on and shine the light on them, because the honor goes to you. The privilege of being in a room with somebody like you and talking to you about what you're doing. It was a grassroots effort. You saw a need and you just went out and did it. Like you said, you're a doer. You just didn't sit around and think about it. Gee, wouldn't it be nice if somebody gave somebody a shower? You know, it's like, so thank you for that.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with you on one thing. The honor goes to the community.
Okay.
Because
There we go.
without the community and without that support, I could never, ever do what I do.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. So
And your
it's-
sponsors.
And,
I gotta
oh,
say,
that's the community.
We
The
do
spon-
have that
Yeah,
community.
we have that community, and they reach out and they help, and
Yeah.
they see a need, and they're not afraid.
right.
They're not afraid to do it, and our council and our elective officials. I have quite a few
Yes.
elective officials that are very interested in what CareBag does, and they support, and
And,
we're very happy
I'm
with that.
so excited for Becky Smith-Bruner. She was elected last night to Stewart City
Yes,
Commissioner.
I heard. Congratulations.
And congratulations to Becky. I think she's an incredible person with a great heart. She's been here in the
Yes,
community for many, many years. And she sees this kind of a need as one of her top priorities as well.
Well,
So-
welcome aboard.
I
Yes.
know, welcome aboard.
Yeah, you got
And
some work.
so let's talk about your event. It's your inaugural Wonderland Charity Gala,
That is correct.
and that will be at the Regal Event Hall.
Yes, that is a beautiful new hall in Port
Oh,
St. Lucie.
okay.
Absolutely stunning.
Oh, it
Yes,
sounds
it is.
lovely.
It's stunning.
At 582 Northwest University Boulevard,
Mhm.
and it's going to be an evening to benefit the homeless and those at risk.
Yes,
And who do you determine are at risk? How does that come to you?
Well, we have a poverty line, they say. For me, it's people that are in need. When you see someone and you hand them a bag with a sandwich, and they tear that bag open, and they don't even give it a second thought to tell you thank you, that's a need. There are many people who are not potentially homeless, but circumstances they can't work. Without that, it's hard to get food. So you have to have this document, you have this to have certain things to get certain help. I'm not going to say everyone is not in need, but I can't sit down and ask you questions to determine if you are in need. If you tell me, we consider, one thing I've always told any volunteer that comes, CareBag is a judgment-free zone, and we are not here to judge.
Good.
So if someone comes and tells me they need a need, I'm going to take them at their word.
Good.
I let God deal with anyone else, and
There
I
you
do
go.
what I have to do.
Yeah.
So if I'm hungry and I tell someone I'm hungry, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And I hope to God they would go ahead and feed me. A lot of people said, oh, you're enabling and you're just giving them handouts. And I'm going to say, when you're down and you're sleeping outside, sweetheart, you're as low as you can go.
Yeah.
And to know that someone could care. People do not listen to people they do not know.
True.
You have to develop a relationship. And I have taken 3 years to develop relationships with the people of this county who are homeless and are in need. So when I go to you and I say, you know what, I think I might be able to get you a job. I think we can do this. I think we can do that. I have earned the right now and the respect to talk to you. So you will now listen to me. And that makes a difference. So for those that say we enable them, for those that say, oh, they need to get a job, let's give them the resources.
Well, let's enable them to
Yeah,
get a job.
that is correct.
I don't think it's a terrible thing to enable somebody.
No, not when you're
like,
living in a
not
tent.
like how you're doing it.
No, not when you're living
You're
in a tent.
providing hope,
Mhm.
and you're providing a way out. It's a hand up, not a handout.
Mhm.
Because sometimes you just can't get up off the floor to help yourself. And if somebody's reaching down to you, and you look up and you've got that hand, I mean, it's like God in your face.
Mhm.
I really think so. So you're doing incredible work.
Thank you.
I want to say that the tickets, so you could get your tickets online. It's $125 general, or you can reserve a table for 8 with 2 bottles of champagne.
That is correct.
That would be $1,200. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, and that is going to be all tax deductible, or is a portion of that not tax deductible?
All of this is tax deductible.
Ooh, okay, a win-win.
A win-win in all.
A win-win. So 6 p.m. is the cocktail reception, and there'll be a silent auction and a
Yes.
raffle.
Yes, it
I
is.
love silent auctions.
And
My
yes.
husband knows.
No,
He's like,
yes.
"Stay."
Well, I hope to see you there because we
we
have
love ours.
I know.
We have
And
some
7
wonderful
p.m.
items.
I think it sounds great. Well, we'll talk about the items, and then you'll definitely get my interest. I love the silent auction. 7 p.m. elegant 4-course dinner. There'll be entertainment, a blues and jazz vocalist, and it's cocktail attire. And you'll be honoring 5 young ladies from the Treasure Coast Hope for the Homeless organization.
That is correct.
That's nice. And so your mission is providing hope, creating opportunity, and transforming lives, filling bags with food and filling hearts with love. I love your motto. CareBag wraps hope in simple packages.
That's what we do.
Very, very nice. So this is for families, women, men, children, everyone who are having the obstacles that come with being either homeless or at risk, including hunger. And you take them one step at a time, and I love it. From a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to a shower to a job interview, getting people back on their feet is amazing. So what is your prognosis, you think, for this shower being implemented, the plan? Do you have a goal, how long this might take? Or?
I would love to have it tomorrow.
Oh, okay, well, of course.
I would love to have it and see it rolling on the Treasure Coast, but everything takes time.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that when we do this, it is done correctly. The I's are dotted, the T's are crossed. We already have different churches within the Treasure Coast and community, because that is where we want to park, where churches have donations and have lunch. That way, not only can you get fed, you can get a shower. So it's working, working all through the Treasure Coast.
Good.
So that is, we're taking our time and making sure what we do, it's done right.
Good. Well, absolutely, it should be. And so, do you want to give out a phone number where people can reach you? Is that good to do? Or?
Sure.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
Our number that they can reach us at is 772-222-7399.
Okay. And again, that's 772-222-7399. And I love your website. I went through it, and I think everybody should go there and read the letter you wrote about how you needed something to do. It's got beautiful music there. It's really lovely.
Thank you.
And filling the void. I think people want to do that. We want to help others, and you have such compassion, so thank you for that. and you're getting results, which is nice.
Yes, we're seeing, we have very good results,
Good.
I must say.
I must personally say sorry that I went out with her when we had our meeting.
Uh-huh.
She took us on a little trip. We had our team meeting for the gala, to talk about the gala. She said, come on guys, get your bags and stuff and come on. So we're like, where are we going? So we went in our car and we actually went to some of the camps. And as soon as Roxy's car pulled up, they knew who she was, and they started coming out from the woods area and coming to her and just approaching her nicely, talking to her, thank you, and she was, what do you guys need? And pop up the trunk and was giving them whatever they needed. And then we walked down a little bit deeper into the deep part, and we saw a lady's tent, and she made it look like a nice little walkway with some trees and some rocks that she picked up, pineapples, and you could see her tent there where she had it. And we were just like, wow, like we were like really shocked that this was so, I can say I've been out with her. This wasn't the first time, but this was the first time I actually went down deep into it. But I've been with her where we went to some places where they came out and they gave some of the peanut butter. But it was just a real reality check to actually go and see.
Yeah.
And it was wow.
Yeah, and we do take for granted what we have. So I'm just, Ann Warner says it was an eye-opener for all of us.
She was one of
She
yes,
was there,
she was
okay. And my sister Catherine Massey in Houston has joined. Hi, Catherine. So Catherine's been keeping me informed about the hurricane and all the flooding. And my niece Catherine, my sister Liz. I want to send out my prayers and love to you guys, to all of my friends, to your family that's there, everybody who's going through this tragedy. You're showing the world what pulling together and neighbor helping neighbor is all about. Model citizens.
They can see something different from all the rhetoric that's been going on.
Yes.
They get to see when the fire hits the ground, we just pull together.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's about.
Yeah.
You know, that is what it's really about.
Well, it is. We are one world, and we are one people, and we come in different flavors. And but we're all delicious.
Yes, we are.
You're very delicious. Edna Cook says, great job, Trina and Roxy, a much needed resource for this area.
Hey,
And
Edna.
Kenya wants to know, how can we provide items for the auction?
By just giving us a call. You can message us on CareBag.
Yeah,
They
go
can
to
message
Facebook and message.
They can message me, or you can just send me a message or call.
772-222-7399.
Yes.
And Lorna Moody says, hi, Julia and Roxy and all. Great cause and enjoying the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Kenya had another question. Let's see. You said a statement. It's the difference between compassion and pity.
Yeah.
Very true. Thank you, Kenya. That's a good thing to point out. And Donna Moore is on, and she says, thank you so much for your caring attitudes. Thank you for coming to our area and bringing your knowledge and experience. God bless you.
Oh, thank you.
These are the people out here who appreciate it. And Cindy, and I got some hearts across the stage. Yeah. That's one of those people I was just talking about. So let's talk about the chairperson, your honorary chairperson for your gala.
Wow.
We don't want to leave her out.
We don't want to leave her out.
Milo.
Yes.
Tell us about Milo.
Milo is
Carbia.
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 Okay.
Milo Carbia.
Hollywood screenwriter.
Yes, she is.
We have 5 minutes. Let's do it.
She is a rock star. She's heard about CareBag, and right now she's in LA. There's a new movie coming out, and she's a screenwriter. She's a supporter. She's in the thick of it, and she has come on to support CareBag 100% and try to bring what she's doing and the people she knows into knowing what we know, into just doing it better and just getting the word out. So we're reaching Hollywood right now, so we're very excited.
Even better. And she is from New Jersey.
Yes, she is.
And she says she lived in a severely haunted house.
Yeah, she's known as the Queen of Horror. So,
yeah, so that's what
yeah.
she's writing, is this
and-
horror.
Yeah, she has a bestseller, and it knocked Stephen King straight off the top, and she's
Oh,
been on the
my
top
gosh.
bestseller. So she's really good. We're honored to have her in our corner. That should shed a lot of light on what we're doing.
I think
so that's great.
That is amazing.
And she'll be there. She'll be there at the gala, and she has some surprises for us.
Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh, she's gotten awards. I've got lots of hearts coming across the screen. And Christina Stamper says, hi, Julia, Roxy, and Trina. Hi, Christina.
Hi.
Julie Vittori just joined. Hi, Julie. And so we're going to have, Christina will be on next week for Molly's House. Right.
She's
right.
wonderful.
And she is wonderful. She
Yes.
is helping me a
Mhm.
lot in finding people like you
Yes,
to be on
thank
the
you.
show. Thank you, Christina. And let's see, the other thing that Milo did, I wanted to say, she won an award in 2016. It's very prestigious, the Silver Falchion Award for Outstanding Achievement in Fiction.
That is correct.
So look for her. She is the one in the top 10 horror writers alive today.
That's right.
I'm scared just thinking about it.
And let me tell you, she is a sweetheart.
She is.
She is an absolute sweetheart.
Thank
She's a
you,
teddy
Mila.
bear. Yeah, she's
a-
wonderful.
Isn't that interesting? And
Yeah.
yet she writes horror. And she's one of the top 250 most influential authors by Ricktopia.com. And she is a perfect mix between Stephen King, M. Night Shyamalan, and Quentin Tarantino, but infused with a signature female sharpness that is all her own.
That's right.
Love it. Ladies,
Yes.
in the
Yes.
house. Yeah, stick them two together.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Oh.
Before I forget,
Yes.
before I forget, I wanted to go ahead and give you one of our CareBag shirts.
Oh,
and
wear it proudly.
it has our heart on it because that's a heart in a bag.
Oh.
And we just want to present it to you and say our little thank you very much.
Thank you
And I'll
very
have one
much.
for you too. You can't see him, but he's here.
Frank.
Oh,
Frank.
wow.
Frank. Thank you, Frank.
Yes.
Thank you, Roxy.
Aw.
That's wonderful.
Very cool. I see that you have Proverbs on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of Proverbs, my niece sent me something today that if I can get it to call up, let's see. Okay. You're giving me the signal. We'll keep talking. I'll find it in a second. She sent me something from Exodus, which was amazing. But just keep. Oh, what's that?
Well, I thought I'd play some New York music.
Oh, New York music. The people on the radio can hear it.
Yes.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. New York, New York.
Mhm.
So next week we're going to definitely have a great show with Molly's House. And don't forget to go to CareBag. Is it .net?
CareBag.net.
CareBag.net. Thank you. And
Yes.
when is the event?
October the 7th, the first Saturday in October.
There we go. There it
Yes.
is. The Wonderland Charity Gala, Saturday, the October 7th at 6 to 11 p.m.
Yeah, with a little hint of Alice in Wonderland.
A little,
Yes.
I like that, a little
Yes.
hint of Alice in Wonderland. And also, just remember, I'm going to post on my page on Martin County Difference. What's going on? I'm hearing all kinds of music.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, are we out? What time is
We
it?
got, we're on the last minute.
Oh, last minute. Okay. So like the show, go to CareBag, like their page, like the page of the Martin County Difference, join the group, the Martin County Difference. This goes to YouTube at the channel, the Martin County Difference. Subscribe to that. It's on iTunes when it works as an iPod, as a podcast. And I'll see you next week at 7 p.m. here on Wednesday. Anything else?
Anne said real quick, where can she get her tickets? And you can go to carebag.net
Yeah.
under events, and you can purchase your tickets there.
Right.
And choose your menu.
Yes.
And choose your menu.
And
I
an
love it.
excellent menu
Oh,
from
yes.
Delightful Cafe.
Yes.
All right. So thanks everybody for joining, and we'll see you. Thanks audience.
Yes.
Thanks Frank.
Thank
I
you.
love you,
Thank you.
Texas. I love you, Texas.
Yes.
Yes.
Mwah.
Be safe, everyone.
safe.
I'll pull up Texas music next week.
Okay. I love my shirt. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay. Well, that was wonderful.
Oh,